Hey everyone, welcome to another series of Learn News YouTube channel. So in today's YouTube channel, we'll be discussing on political economy, that is foundation to political economy. So weeks back, I asked my classmates, okay, exam is coming on its way. What courses will you love me to take for you guys? And in the pool that I did, majority of the people that voted all chose uh, foundation to political economy, which is O2O6. Okay, so if you look at the topic itself, it's all about foundation to political economy, meaning that we are looking at this topic at the grass level, that's the minimal level, not at the higher level. So all what we're discussing today is just to give us an intro to political economy. Maybe in our next level lecturer we are going to have a course which will talk about uh, deep understanding to political economy. Okay, so let's dive into this. Before we do so, if you are new to our channel, do well to like, do well to hit that subscription button and share this to people who will benefit from this also. And also, you're welcome to the family. Okay, so foundation to political economy. Now, so we want to look at the interplay and relationship that exists between politics and economy. So politics is one, economy is on the other hand. So we want to look at the how for politics, that state politics and their policies affect the economy, and also how the economy also affects politics. Because one way we can be able to determine a good government and good leaders in government is that we are going to have a stable economy. In a stable economy, the people will have a good standard of living. They'll be able to pay their tax. They'll be able to be involved in economic activity that will lead to the growth of the economy. So that's one way, one measure or a determinant of measuring politics when it comes to good governance in the country. So political economy itself is the relationship that exists between politics and the state, politics, the state, and the economy, one, and also power and wealth on the other hand. So the topic itself, the course itself, try to underscore the relationship that exists between the state and the economy in the production of goods and services that exist between social interaction of people among the social forces. Meaning that if we want to produce goods and services, people are going to be involved. People are going to take part in the production of goods and services, what we call social interaction. And also, there will be some bodies, there will be some people that hold prominent role in society that will determine what goods is to be produced, how is to be produced, when is to be produced, and what will be the prices of goods and services. Is the goods going to be determined by the invisible hands of demand and supply, or is it going to be determined by the state itself? So the course itself or the topic itself try to underscore the relationship that exists between the state and the economy in the production of goods and services, which exists in the social interaction among the social forces in the economy. So political economy is trying to look at all the efforts and processes of people who are involved in the production of goods and services and also in looking at it also in the aspect of the social interplay between people in the economy. So we also try to look at the mode of production. Are we is it capitalism we are producing, or socialism, or feudalism, or communalism, something like that, so which we'll discuss in our next class. So once you have been asked in exam to define political economy, just try to use your own understanding. But what I will say is that it is the relationship that exists between politics and the economy. But that definition is lame. It is not strong. So we can also put it as all efforts and processes that are used or involved in the production of goods and services which exist between the social forces and the interplay of the social interaction that lead to the production of these goods and services. So that is all about meaning of political economy. Remember, we are talking about it at the grass level, not at the higher level. Okay. So since we are able to establish the meaning of political economy, now we can also dive into the concepts in political economy, meaning that there are some concepts that we must be familiar with if we want to understand the ideal meaning of political economy. So I've been able to write down this concept down for us to be able to get them, and if possible, if we see all of them in our exam, anything is possible. If we see 4 or 5, or if we are asked to explain any of them, like explain 4, explain 5, we are going to have a massive idea of these things in the examination hall. Now the first one is labor power. Now the word labor here refers to people who use their effort in the production of goods and services. Okay. So if we now combine it, labor power. So labor power simply is trying to explain the mental, the physical, the psychological efforts of human being in the production of goods and services. So if I'm a carpenter and I want to produce furniture for my I want to use furniture rather to produce, let's say, a chair for a customer. So that effort that I put in the production of that chair for my customer is called labor power. So we also have instruments of labor. Now the instrument of labor now, there are those tools, equipment that are required to a labor in the production of goods and services or material value. Meaning that those things that are needed or given to a laborer to use the production of goods and services to satisfy other people is called the instrument of labor. So back to that carpenter, me being a carpenter. So in the production of that chair, of course, I'm going to need hammer, I'm going to need nail, I'm going to need shovel, I'm going to need bar. Now, all these things I've mentioned earlier on, they are called instruments of labor. Hope you are getting it. If you do not get any of this that we have discussed, do well to ask in the comment section and we'll make sure to clarify it to you. But I'm trying my possible best to simplify these things to the simple way you can be able to get it. We also have objects of labor. Now, since labor power deals with the human activities, sorry, forgive me for my writing. Now, labor of power deals with the natural circumstances that are involved in the production of what goods and services. You get it? Now, this one deals with the humans, what we put into it, while this one deals with the natural circumstances or tools or materials that are needed in the production of what goods and services. In other words, It means that labor object of labor is a combination of both labor power and instruments of labor. Don't forget. So once we combine labor power and instrument of labor, we are going to have object of what? Of labor. Now, why the productive force? Now, these are those driving forces that push the production of goods and services in order to satisfy the demand of people in society, or in order to give people the joy in the derivation of goods and services. Now, it means that if we combine labor power, instrument of labor, and object of labor, we are going to have productive forces. So that those driving factors and forces that are used in the production of goods and services in order to satisfy human needs. Take note, once any good has been produced or goods they have been produced, now if the goods do not get to the final consumer, that good or those goods are useless. Why? Because the final consumer must consume those goods that has been produced for it to be what? Utilized in the society. Okay. We also have relation to labor. Now, this deals with the relationship that exists among labor that are used in the production of goods and services. So, if people come together to employ different strategies and to employ different patterns to produce goods and services, we can call that relation to labor. So, it's bringing together of different factors and different mechanisms to make sure that goods and services are being produced in the economy. Okay. So we also have necessary value. Now, these are those value that are produced to satisfy the common need and wants of humans, or there are those value that we as humans we cannot do without. So they are called necessary values. Now, these are those things that we as humans we cannot do without. So necessary value are usually produced in a smaller quantity just for a man and for his family. So those value cannot be able to feed a nation or the whole society, but just for an house or a household that consists of a man, the woman, and the children of that household. That what we call necessary value. Now, what surplus value now is we can put surplus value as the excessive value that are derived after goods and services have been sold, or those additional value that are derived after the production of goods and services. So we can also put the excessive value as the profit that a person will make or a body is going to make after goods have been produced in an economy. So if I produce, let's say I'm a book, I'm an author, and I was able to produce book and publish it in a large quantity. Now, if I've done that in large quantity, of course, once the sales of the book comes in, now I will get in times four or times five of the original amount I used in the what in producing those goods, that book that I have written and sold out to the general public. That what we call surplus value. The excessive value that is being derived after the after goods and services have been sold in the marketplace. Okay. So we also have mode of production. Now, mode of production deals with the uh, economic activity that have happened in different era. The historical economic system that have happened in different era. So in different era, we have seen different mode of production. At certain era, we have had communalism, and in another era, we have had slave owning mode of production. In another era, we have also had capitalism. In another era, we have also had socialism. In another, we also have feudalism. So we'll talk about these two in our subsequent class, the mode of production. But there are those historical economic system that happen in different epoch, which can also be called era. So we also have the means of production. Now, the means of production, there are those factors that are put in place in order for goods and services to be produced, utilized, distributed, and used in the society. And this means of production are into four. We have the entrepreneurship, so we have capital, we have land, and we have labor. So the entrepreneur is now the owner of the business, is the one that take the decision, the final decision in the business. So he is the person, he gets in it, is the person that handles and control the other means of production. While capital is the required amount that will be needed in the production of what? Of the goods and services. And while land is that natural uh, gift of nature that is used for people to produce goods and services. And labor on its own deals with the mental, the physical, psychological effort of people in the production of goods and services. So we will take this course bit by bit so that we can be able to understand this. So to get more from this topic, you play the video back to back so that in your own time you can be able to digest these things bit by bit for better understanding. So we have come to the end of this section of political economy. Do well to like, subscribe, and share this video. I remain your one and only Prof. Linus. Thank you.